What's going on, everyone? Mike Kadlick, Tayler Kyles here for CLNS Media outside of Gillette Stadium as the 1-0 Patriots are on to Seattle. They beat Cincinnati last week. Now they welcome the Seahawks here at Gillette Stadium on Sunday for a 1 p.m. kickoff, and they're starting their prep today on Wednesday, Taylor, and some similarities between the Seahawks and Bengals, but one difference is that Seattle actually does have a strong run game with a two-headed monster in Zach Charbonnet and Kenneth Walker. Kenneth Walker, though, dealing with an injury. He's day-to-day. How do the Patriots stop that dominant Seattle run game in order to try and get a win on Sunday?
Well, one thing I noticed with the Seahawks scheme is they like to use a lot of motion and misdirection with kind of split flow. That's going to really test the Patriots' eye discipline and gap integrity, and really it was a huge problem for the Broncos because if you watch Kenneth Walker's tape, obviously very good back. Gerard Mayo had a lot of praise, said Kenneth Walker doesn't get a lot of credit, but he's one of the better backs, very explosive guy, hard to tackle. That was all over the tape, but what was also all over the tape were massive holes in the run game. The Broncos defense was not up to the task. I don't think you're going to see the same kind of running lanes from the Patriots defense, who did a great job. Obviously not a great run game in the Bengals, but this is a run defense that's proven. We've seen what they did last year, and they really haven't lost any of their key pieces. So this run game is going to be a challenge for New England, but I also think they've got the guys to get it done, as we saw with their great tackling effort in the first game of the season, which you really don't see from most units.
Patriots prepped last week for T. Higgins and Jamar Chase. Now this week they prepped for DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett. As we know, Christian Gonzalez had a great game against Jamar Chase last week, but now again, another two-headed monster for Seattle in Lockett and Metcalf. How do they stop it? What are they going to try and bring to Seattle's pass?
Honestly, I think that it's a really good matchup for the Patriots. You got DK Metcalf, obviously one of those freak athletes. We've mentioned it on Pat's Daily. He's more like an A.J. Brown type than a Jamar Chase, where he's big, he's fast, he's physical. Tough matchup for any corner, but Christian Gonzalez, we saw what he did against A.J. Brown last year in the opener. Not a perfect performance, but he didn't give up the big plays, which is the biggest thing you want to see. And the same thing happened last week against Jamar Chase, obviously. Was great against him in man coverage, even followed him into the slot at some times, which we will see from DK Metcalf. They use him inside at times as well. And in those structures, a lot of the time, if it wasn't man coverage, you'd actually see Christian Gonzalez execute some abnormal cover two techniques for a corner, like playing the deep half when he's aligned in the slot again, or even playing the deep middle in some of those cover two structures. So I think that Christian Gonzalez will be able to handle himself against DK Metcalf. It's going to be tough at the top of routes because DK is so good at using his physicality to get open, but I think Gonzo can still hang with him. Lockett and John Jones both have excellent ball skills, and they're really tough at the catch point, especially for two of the more undersized guys at their position. Really good smaller cornerback and wide receiver. Tyler Lockett's only real success last week came on back shoulder fades and curls, and I think Jonathan Jones is going to see that on tape. Support us and sign up at Prize Picks. Go to prizepicks.com/CLNS or download the app today and use code CLNS and get $50 instantly when you play $5.